This episode of Black Box Online Radio is brought to you by Rep Sports and Raze Energy. Are you a fan of energy drinks, protein shakes, and health foods? Well, I sure am. I use the stuff almost every single day. They sell Raze Energy products at my local gym, but you can have them shipped to your home. Use the coupon code NED075, that's NED075, for discounts applied at the checkout. The link is in the description box.
I must have a double floating around. I hope the poor guy doesn't look like me, but the fact is that the characteristics you've just mentioned fit me almost to a T.
Hello, my name is Ned DeHaan, and welcome to Black Box Online Radio. On the weekends, I do a regular segment called the Debunking series, where I talk about some Zodiac killer suspects that I think are absolutely not the Zodiac killer, or at the very least, there's a low probability that they had any involvement with the crimes that took place back in the 1960s. The Zodiac killer was someone who committed a crime spree between 1968 and 69. Whatever happened before or after is anyone's guess, as this remains an unsolved case. First, I would like to give a shout out to Justin, who sent this in to the Facebook page that the Debunking series was his favorite. Much appreciated for your support. And to everybody else, if there are any suspects that you would like to hear about in the Debunking series, you can put your ideas in the comments section down below. And as always, please like and subscribe. And to regular listeners, tomorrow I'm going to be doing another bonus podcast about the disappearance of Andrew Gosden. So lots of reasons to like and subscribe to Black Box Online Radio. But today I'm going to be talking about the Zodiac killer suspect, Richard Reed Marshall. In fact, he was born in 1926 under a different name, Joe Don Dickey. The legend has it that he murdered a man named Rick Marshall and took on his name, and I've always wanted to find out if that's true or false. But that seems to be a rather difficult mystery to solve in itself. This is going to be one of the more basic debunking episodes, very simple, and also it's going to require a lot of speculation, because I'm going to look at some personality aspects and show why I think that Rick Marshall was not the Zodiac killer. The first reason is ZodiacKiller.com reports that Rick Marshall became a suspect in 1976 because of suspicious comments that he made over ham radio. Also, there's a video clip that anybody can hear online where Rick Marshall is interviewed about being the Zodiac killer, and he says something to the effect of, well, if it is me, it's not me, there's this exact double of me, something like that. He says the Zodiac killer fits him to a T, must be his exact double. And I don't believe that the real Zodiac killer would have given himself away like that. And I know that's not the hardest piece of evidence. That's not the biggest thing that I can bring into a court of law and say about how this guy is making suspicious comments on the radio, how he's toying with interviewers. I believe the Zodiac killer was willing to hide behind his persona, but I do not think that the Zodiac killer was going to hide in plain sight like that, while saying, if there is this Zodiac killer out there, he must be my exact double. And the reason for that is, the Zodiac had an enormous amount of confidence in the Zodiac persona, writing letters, cards, ciphers, writing on the corridor at Lake Berryessa, making phone calls, taking credit for murders. But what kind of person are we actually dealing with? Some people think that the Zodiac was brazen, brash, unsophisticated, gloating, and other people think the Zodiac was cold, methodical, and calculating. I am definitely on the latter side, because I believe that the Zodiac was so careful, so methodical, and almost even in the OCD realm, when he would just have a lot of precision and things would have to be done in a certain way. I do not think that he would try to expose himself outside of the Zodiac persona, making suspicious comments on the radio, or if he were interviewed, he wouldn't be so bold as to make some comment about toying with interviewers like that. Or how about Arthur Lee Allen wearing a Zodiac wristwatch when he would be interviewed by the police? Of course, Allen would have worn it on this hand. So I think that this is the case of somebody who simply just wanted attention. He just wanted to be in the spotlight for a little bit. And let's not kid ourselves. Getting off on the concept of manipulation, toying with people. But that's it. That's just some weird guy playing a game. And being weird is not a crime. Now, in all seriousness, I believe that Rick Marshall would have had the brain for it. He worked for a couple silent movie theaters. He worked the projector, from what I understand. That's some guy who would have had an understanding of mechanics. The Zodiac would go on to write in the bus bomb. Maybe someone who was rather intelligent, but more of a gifted underachiever, gifted underperformer. But I just can't get over the fact that Rick Marshall just seems like some wild storyteller who is trying to put himself in the spotlight just a little bit, but definitely doesn't want to be actually convicted of the Zodiac crimes. I think that more or less when you listen to that audio clip of him or you read any of these stories about him saying weird things on the ham radio, that's just some guy who's playing with fire, to be honest. He is trying to see what's going to happen, and some people just love having the focus on them. They love being the subject of anything. They will be the focus and the center point of any type of investigation as long as it's about them. And that's what I have to do with Rick Marshall. I mean, even when you find out all these weird things about him, using a different name, lying about his birth date. He said that he's born sometimes 1926, sometimes he says he's born in 1928. He's just a weird, quirky guy. And there's several reasons why people do this. A lot of it has to do with brain chemistry and neurotransmitters, and some people get off on being weird. Being weird may not be a crime, but it definitely makes some people feel that sense of elation or like they're experiencing some type of reward and euphoric feeling about doing things that are unconventional. And Rick Marshall fits that one to the T. He can say that he's the Zodiac to the T. No, the Zodiac's not going to put himself out in plain sight outside of the Zodiac persona. So says me in my own unprofessional opinion. But what Rick Marshall wants to do is he wants to just do a lot of weird things because he gets off on confusing people. Not because he's actually the serial killer who operated in the Bay Area in 1968 and 69, maybe 1970, maybe 1966, but those are all unconfirmed crimes. As I said, this is going to be a short debunking episode, but what do you think about Rick Marshall as a Zodiac killer suspect? And if you'd like to bring in any of the other details about his life, I know it's a brief episode, but you can put them in the comments section down below. Also, if there's a suspect that you would like covered in the debunking series in a more expansive version, you can put those in the comments section. Or would you like to hear some more things about the Zodiac ciphers? I did a video episode when I was talking about the Zodiac Z13 once. Any suggestions are welcome. And please tune in every Monday for a podcast about the Zodiac Killer and always some bonus episodes on the weekend. Thank you so much, everybody, and BlackBoxNet88 on Instagram. Until next time.